morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on the time of day or night at your location as you watch this video. I trust that you're doing well, and I greet you all in the name of our Savior, Jesus Christ. Now, today I have another spiritual insight word to share with you. I'm very excited about this topic, and today I'll be talking about the spiritual roles in your destiny exchange stories, the different roles, the different actors in your destiny exchange story. That is today's topic. It's important for you to know who the actors are, the people around you, the people involved in your destiny exchange experience or story. What role are they playing? Okay, people are playing different roles. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. But before I get into the meat of today's topic, I just want to welcome those that are watching this video. This is the first time you're interacting with my channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy to have you on board. For my return viewers, thank you so much for your continued support. I really appreciate that. And so everybody, as we go through watching this video today, if you like the content, please do not hesitate to like this video. Also, if you think that this information will be very useful and beneficial to one or two people that you know, do not hesitate. Please share this video with them. And lastly, if you have not subscribed, please consider doing so to formally join our growing family. Okay, so now let's get to today's topic. The different actors or the different roles being played by the people around you in your destiny exchange story or your destiny exchange experience. Now, when there is a destiny exchange that has happened or your destiny has been stolen, there's usually another person involved. It doesn't just happen out of thin air, and it just doesn't happen like that you're the only one involved and then suddenly your destiny, your inheritance has been stolen or exchanged. There's usually another person involved, okay? Very important. Always know that there is the hand of somebody involved, all right? And then something else to know is that that person, if at all they are not a worker of iniquity, if at all they are not a Sangoma, Babalao, or one of those Mchawi, Mganga, however you call them, the people that play that role, there's usually that person in that role, like a spiritual authority who plays that role, someone who has that type of knowledge and skills to facilitate detaching your destiny, your inheritance, your spiritual blessings from your spirit and attaching it to someone else's spirit, so that person can then now experience the benefits of those blessings, okay, and achieve those things that you are supposed to achieve in your life. There's usually somebody who plays that role, who knows how to do it using, you know, the powers of darkness. They know how to use those powers to facilitate that transfer, okay? That's another role. Another actor playing that role. Again, it's somebody playing that role. So there's someone else, a third person involved. Then there is also another person involved who is usually a supporting actor or supporting role, and they support the facilitation of the exchange of your destiny. They support your destiny being stolen from you. How do they support? They support through inaction. So they are supposed to do something in order to stop this process, to stop this injustice, to stop this wickedness. But you find that they're doing nothing to stop this process. They kind of know that what is going on is not right, but they keep quiet. And this is somebody who is usually in authority. They usually have a natural authority over you. For instance, it's a parent. For instance, it's a teacher. For instance, it's the manager. For instance, it's the CEO. For instance, it's the police. It's somebody in authority, but they are not using their authority to stop what is happening. They look at it, but they're just quiet, okay? So these are 4 different roles I want you to be aware of in your destiny exchange story or your destiny exchange experience. Start to find out who is playing what role. Okay, very, very important as you work towards the recovery of your stolen or exchanged destiny. Very important to know who is playing what role. And sometimes you find that some of these people are just around you. The person that goes to the practitioner of witchcraft or sorcery, the worker of iniquity, the person that is interested in your destiny, the person that is interested in your spiritual blessings, they want to have it for themselves. They are usually somebody very close to you. Because somebody who doesn't know you, they don't know what you're carrying. They don't know your blessings. They don't have that information. It's usually somebody in your circle, somebody who's very close to you. It could be a family member. It could be a friend. It could be someone you've been in a relationship with. It could be a spouse. It could be a child. It could be somebody you're working together with. So someone that you have a lot more interactions than just one time seeing them and you are gone. No, it could be a member of your church. It could be your pastor. It could be a prophet. It could be, false at that. It could be somebody that you are interacting with very closely, such that they notice something special about you, or they know that you have something special about you, or they know that you're achieving something really, really good in your life, like a blessing. So you will have shared that with them, right, in confidence. And so they have these details, and that's how come they are interested in some of your blessings. Okay, it's because they have spent some time with you. They are aware of some of those things that are happening in your life. They are aware that there's something unique about you. They are aware that there's something special that you're carrying. Okay? And so that is number one. It's usually somebody close to you. And most of these people, as we look in the Old Testament, in the book of 1 Kings, chapter 21, of 1 Kings, where we have Jezebel, right? Jezebel was married to Ahab. Jezebel was the one that went to facilitate the exchange of Naboth's destiny or inheritance. In that case, they were talking about a piece of land that was Naboth's inheritance. So Naboth in this story would be the person whose destiny has been stolen or been exchanged. That is Naboth. The actor is Naboth. The role is Naboth's role. Whatever Naboth has is of interest to somebody else who wants to take it by any means necessary. Okay? So that's the first role. You are the center of this. If your destiny has been exchanged, you are the center of this story. You're the one working to recover what was stolen from you, what was exchanged from you. You are the Naboth in this story. Okay? So now Naboth, if you are the Naboth, you have to know who Ahab is. Who is the Ahab in your life? Who is the person that was interested in what you have? Like I said, it would be somebody close to you. Somebody who is passing by and has noticed something special about you. Somebody who's talking to you and has noticed that you have something very unique that they want. And if they don't get it, they're not happy. Okay, so find out who the Ahab is. Also, more important, find out who the Jezebel is. So the Jezebel is someone who does not hesitate to take anything from anyone. Whatever they want, they covet someone else's property, someone else's blessing, someone else's life. They will find a way to take it as soon as possible. They don't even give it a second thought. That's a Jezebel around you. Right? So if your destiny has been exchanged or stolen, there would have been an Ahab, there would have been a Jezebel. Most often there's a Jezebel around you who has facilitated the whole scheme to get your destiny off from you. Okay? So Jezebel, they're very covetous. They can also be very, very seductive. And seductive doesn't just mean in sexual sense. So seductive just means that they can get very close to you very fast. You just met them today, and they are acting like they are your best friend. Okay, like they've known you for years and their door is wide open for you, and they're doing everything, all these favors, they're going running up and down for you. They are after something. They want to get as close as possible to you so that they can find out more details about your spiritual blessings, about what is happening in your life, so that they can find out if you're a good candidate for your destiny to be exchanged. That is a Jezebel around you. And once they find out this information, they act very fast. As you can see in the Old Testament, in the book of First or Second Kings also, they act very fast. They're very quick with implementation and execution of the plan. They do not waste time. They know 1, 2, 3 people who can do this exchange in the spiritual realm for them. As soon as possible, they have their contacts and their connections at their fingertips. As soon as they find out that there's something in this person, Naboth, that they want, they are quick to call on the false prophet, they are quick to call on the Babalawo, they are quick to visit them Ganga, them Chawi, facilitate this thing quick. As they are told, go and bring their clothes, go and bring their innerwear, go and bring their hair, go and bring something that belongs to them, get some money from them, bring it here. They do it expeditiously, so fast. That's a Jezebel, okay? That is somebody who is playing this Jezebel role in your destiny exchange. They devise a way as quickly as possible to get you into that agreement, into that covenant without your knowledge. So that means they are very good in manipulation. Like manipulation games is their specialty. You will not even realize what they're up to, okay? Very strategic and very manipulative. That is a Jezebel role around you in your destiny exchange story, okay? So look back at who kind of meets these sort of characteristics I have described. You will find out, you will start to narrow down to find out who has been playing what role in your destiny exchange series. Start to find out what type of things has been happening in your life since that person started coming around you, since that person started becoming very close to you. What have you noticed about your life? Has your life been going on to flourish, or have things suddenly gone downhill? That will confirm what I'm telling you here now, okay? So that is another actor who is playing this Jezebel role. Very, very dangerous. You have to be aware of this type of a person around you so that you can keep your eyes open, okay? As you work to recover your destiny, as you begin that process, you're fasting, you're breaking that evil covenant. You're breaking that evil covenant with this person, the person that this person who is in the Jezebel role. They would have gotten you to get into a covenant with them so that spiritual exchange can happen. So as you're fasting and you're breaking the covenants, you're actually breaking covenants that you entered into with this person who is playing this Jezebel role. Either you entered into that covenant in your waking life in person, or you even entered into it through your dreams. You will have seen them in your dreams. They're giving you something to eat. They're taking something from you. Whatever that exchange sometimes happens in the dreams as well. If they can't reach you physically, they will try to do it through the dreams. Okay? But this person who is facilitating that exchange, that is a person who is playing this Jezebel role. And like I said, the Jezebel role works very closely with the workers of iniquity, either someone who is dabbling in witchcraft or one or the other dark sort of things to facilitate this spiritual exchange. So that is somebody they work closely with, somebody who's playing that role, okay? In the story of Jezebel in the Old Testament, she was supporting the priests of Baal and Asherah, right? So she usually would have those type of connection, would know who can do this exchange for you, who can perform this for you so that you get that blessing. And they also connect people to that worker of iniquity as well, right? And so very important for you to know who is playing that role in your Destiny Exchange series. Let's go back to Ahab. The person who is playing Ahab role, they are very close to Jezebel. Jezebel has made herself or himself very close to whoever is playing the Ahab role. Somebody who is playing the Ahab role, like I said before, is somebody who has authority. They have authority over you. Either they are the manager or CEO in your company. If this Jezebel person who is playing a Jezebel role is in your workplace, either the Ahab in your family could be your parent. It could be your father or your mother, like your parent. So the Jezebel in your Destiny Exchange story may be your sibling. Okay, and in this case, the Ahab may be an elder brother or a parent, somebody who has authority over you. Okay, if it's best friends, it could be somebody like a friend who you've known for a longer period of time that you respect or whatever, somebody in authority. If it is a fellow church member, the Ahab could be your pastor. If you're in school, the Ahab could be your teacher or your professor. So it is always someone, the Ahab is someone in authority. In the story of Naboth, Jezebel, and Ahab in the book of Kings, it is Ahab was a king, right? He had that authority. Why is that? Because Jezebel has influence, but she has no authority. Her authority or his authority is illegitimate. That is why they are going to the witchcraft, to the sorcery, because they do not have the authority that is from God. They don't have it. So they are always trying to use illegitimate authority. That is why they gravitate to witchcraft, to sorcery, to get their exchanges done. Because if they pray to God, the answer is no, definitely. And so here in the natural, also, they want things done here in the natural. They also go to the authority of the land, the authority in whichever area they are operating in. They become very good friends with the person in authority there. Okay? So if it is a sibling, they become very close to the parent, such that they make themselves the favorite of the parent, and the parent will not be able to tell them, no, don't do this, stop that wickedness, stop doing that. They make sure that that person in authority is in their pocket. Okay, very manipulative, like I said. So also, if it's in the church, they will be volunteering for all the roles and whatever, and will really be helpful to the pastor or the prophet or apostle, evangelist, whoever, such that that pastor is unable to call them out for what they're doing, to get them to stop the wickedness that they're doing. They are unable to do that. If it's in class, they're the ones always helping the teacher. They're always putting their hands up to answer the question. They're very supportive to the teacher, to the authority. They are very close. They would even become the class prefect or class monitor or whatever, student leader or student rep, such that it is impossible for you, Naboth, to even go to the authority to report what is happening. And even if you report it, you find that that person in authority is unable to do anything about it. They could stop it and shut it down right there and then, and have them return your destiny, have them, go back and fix what they did, but they will not do that. Why? Because the person playing the Jezebel role has already put them in their pocket, has already taken care of that. They know that it will not go anywhere. If it is the head of police or somebody in the police, they're in the authority. They're supposed to arrest the person who is doing this wickedness, who has been involved in this. But you find that that case is not going anywhere. Nobody is getting arrested. Nothing is happening. No justice at all. Right? Why? Because the person who is playing the Jezebel role has already manipulated the Ahab such that the Ahab will not use their authority in the right way. The Ahab will use their authority to support the Jezebel for the exchange of the destiny. Right? So that's why I'm telling you it's very important to identify who is playing what role in your destiny exchange story, such that you're not running to the Ahab to plead your case, and you're praying and you're explaining to the Ahab, and you're bringing all the evidence and everything, and this happened and they did this and then they did that. Here's the evidence. Please do something about it. You will take a different approach because you know what role they are playing in your Destiny Exchange series, right? Because as you're doing that, the Jezebel in your Destiny Exchange series is just laughing. because they know nothing is going to happen. Okay, so in addition to this, to the steps I told you to take care of things from a spiritual realm: fasting, praying, breaking evil covenants, and then repenting, and then also resisting the reinstatement of those covenants. In the natural, who are you going to get things sorted out, right? Very important in the natural to identify who's playing these different roles. Okay, so we have seen the role that person who is in a Jezebel role is playing. We have seen the role that someone who is in an Ahab role is playing. We have also seen the role that someone who is in a sort of a false prophet or worker of iniquity, right? The witchcraft and people who are dabbling in witchcraft and sorcery, what role they are playing. Okay, there's another role, a fourth role that I want to share with you, and this is the role of the real prophet of God or man of God. So this role was played in this Jezebel story. It was played by a prophet, Elijah the Tishbite. Okay, and Elijah was sent to go and deal with Jezebel because God just saw that the wickedness was too much, especially after Naboth lost his life. Then God just saw that there are so many people who are suffering from the wickedness of Jezebel. And so Elijah was the one that confronted Jezebel. But we can see that Elijah, what major thing did Elijah do in this story? The major thing that Elijah did concerning these two people, Ahab and Jezebel, the major thing that Elijah did was he destroyed the altars of Baal and Asherah, the idols who Jezebel was worshipping. And Jezebel was sponsoring and supporting those priests who are serving Baal and Asherah. Elijah's focus was not so much on Jezebel. Elijah's focus was on those evil altars. So Elijah ensured that by the time he was finished with his mission, the altar to Baal was destroyed. The Asherah poles were broken and torn down. And not only that, the prophets, the priests who are serving Baal and Asherah, they were all caught and their lives were all ended. So Elijah just made sure that he was taking care of the source of Jezebel's power. Whatever source was powering Jezebel such that she became so confident and she could take whatever inheritance and destiny from whoever she wanted, that source of power is what Elijah went to deal with. So in your destiny exchange stories, as you begin this process of praying and fasting and breaking evil covenants, you're focused on the Jezebel. But God may direct you to an Elijah in your life. Someone who has that spiritual authority. Elijah was one of the major prophets of the Old Testament. So Elijah was able to tear down those evil altars, and Elijah was able to just deal with those priests who are serving that evil altar. So in your Destiny Exchange series, as you begin this process of breaking those evil covenants, asking and petitioning God for your destiny back, going to the courts of heaven, one of the destiny helpers that the Lord will send you may also include a man of God like Elijah, a true man of God, a Bible-believing man of God, a man of God who believes in Jesus Christ and the finished work of Jesus on the cross. A man of God who has that authority to tear down that evil altar. Because as you deal with Jezebel, yes, you can recover your destiny, but it won't stop them. They will still try to do it again. They will also be doing it to other people. So to shut them down completely, through your destiny exchange story, the Lord God Almighty may direct you to a man of God, a real true prophet, who will tear down that evil altar and deal with the workers of iniquity involved in your destiny exchange stories. It will not just be Jezebel getting his or her own judgment, but it will also include the altar at which all these exchanges took place, such that no one else's life around you or around that area will ever be affected through the wickedness of this person who is playing the Jezebel role and the altar through which they are doing all these exchanges. So as you're going through this process, keep in mind that there might be an Elijah coming to also play that role of dismantling the evil altars involved completely, such that that story will never ever ever happen to anyone around you ever again. So that is God receiving the glory just through your destiny exchange story, such that it's not just about you, but other people may also get deliverance through your process, right? Such that that wickedness is done away with for good. And it's not just your destiny that is recovered, but also other people around you who this Jezebel, person who's playing this Jezebel role has done to. Or if they do it to you, they will not stop with you. They will do it to another person. They will do it to your younger sister, your younger brother. They'll do it to others in your church. They'll do it to others in your classroom. They'll do it to others, your co-workers, right? So to shut down that process, stop them from ever doing it to anyone around you ever again, another actor in your destiny exchange stories may come up, and that is Prophet Elijah. Okay, so recognize who your Prophet Elijah is and align with them as well, so that that altar, which is the source, can also be destroyed. Okay, so I hope that this blesses you today. I look forward to sharing another destiny exchange series, spiritual insight word with you as the Holy Spirit downloads upon me, imparts upon me, and directs me to do so. Have a blessed, blessed, and a wonderful day. Bye-bye.